And we are live.
Hello and welcome to this webinar on the Climate Strategies Accelerator. It is, well, maybe another acronym in the climate space, CSA, but we're pretty excited to introduce it to you. I'm Andreas, working with Climate Tracker, and with me is my colleague, Anna. Hello.
Hello, Andreas. Yes, I'm Anna, and I think you've seen me in previous webinars if you've been following Climate Tracker before, maybe with longer hair, but hello. And thanks the ones that you don't know us for being here. This is a very informal but nice webinar, a way of telling you what is the CSA about. And we also want to make it interactive. So it's not only us explaining you, because for this you can read what we've sent you in newsletters or what we put in social media, but you can send us questions if something is unclear. So how can you do that? You can either tweet at us, and we will be checking Twitter. So our Twitter is @climatetracking, or you can use the hashtag climate tracker, so hashtag climate tracker, to tweet at us, and I will be checking the questions and trying to reply them live. But also, you are watching us in a YouTube video. You will notice that at the right side of the YouTube video, you can write and say something. There's like kind of a chat. So you can also write there, and I will be checking as well. So first we can give you an introduction, and then we can see if we can respond to those questions. Okay, but Andreas is starting to explain you things.
Well, just a few days before Christmas, we introduced a project we're really excited about. It is the 2017 oil break-free lab. So what actually is this, and this whole program about? Together, so Climate Tracker, together with the CSA, the Climate Strategies Accelerator, once again, this complicated words, is organizing this, and it's about supporting people who have a great idea how to end the dependence on oil, as broad as that. And what are we going to do? We will have an application process. How all that works, we will go through in a minute. But at the end, 8 to 10 people will go to and will present an idea, and they will go to the lab, to the Break Free from Oil lab, organized by CSA. And they will not only receive a 1-week training, they will also receive a 90-day training where they have mentoring, where they get together with experts and all this kind of stuff. Immediately get $5,000, yes, $5,000 on the hand. And then at the end of this program, there will be an in-person event in Asia where they explain their ideas how to end the dependence on oil to funders. And then you might get up to $2 million for your idea. Well, it's not actually Climate Tracker, unfortunately, who has that much money. So it's our partner organization here who has that much money. But still, if you apply for this, you can get $1 to $2 million for your idea to break free from oil, which I think is a pretty great opportunity. So maybe you're now wondering, can I apply? So Anna, who actually can apply to this kind of programs?
Okay, thanks, Andreas. So yeah, CSA, the Climate Strategies Accelerator, is looking for great ideas. So the ideas are important, but it's also important the people. So if you're a person that is like really passionate about these issues, that has been leading for a while in your country, who is kind of a change maker, then you are the right person to apply to CSA. So for example, here I have a series of bullet points of things that you want to consider or you should have if you want to apply. For example, a history of creating real, meaningful change in your field. So you've been working, let's say climate change issues, oil stuff like, I don't know, it could be transport things or waste things, but they are related on how to stop this system based on oil, actually. Then you need to have strong and diverse networks in your country, in your region, to make these ideas happen. You have this great idea and you want to implement, and you will use your knowledge and your networks to do it. You have to have the ability to think visionary, because you have to have the idea on the first place. So if you want to stop oil by promoting bicycle riding in your country, then you have to have this idea before. They want people that has a systems thinking in the way that you can see the dots connecting. So we won't stop oil only by putting solar panels, because there's a lot more things in society that consume oil. No, you have to have this great idea to understand your region or your country, to understand the different links between one thing and the other, and see how you can really make an impact in your country. And for sure, a collaborative approach, so you can work both with the organization that is funding you to like improve your work and your idea, and also your networks that we said that you already have. You should be a self-confident person, because you have to defend your idea and make sure that you want to implement it. But also you have to have willingness to take feedback and to understand that these people, the CSA, are here to help you and to give you feedback, and they have been working forever with great innovators, so they know what is right and what is wrong, or what can be better in this world of, let's say, innovation in the oil sector now. Then you have to have the willingness to work for quite a long time, because if you get this fellowship, it's 3 years full-time, 3 years. That's a lot. And you receive funding for it, but you have to make sure that you want to spend 3 years of your life there. And of course, you have to speak and understand English. That's why this webinar is also in English, but because most of the trainings and everything that will happen will be in English as well. But now it's a bit clear who you have to be, this very exciting and innovative person that has this great idea and you really want to go for it. But what kind of ideas are we looking for? Andreas, can you tell me?
Yeah, definitely. So in general, we are looking for big ideas. Just one more thing. It's like working up to 3 years, and just by applying, you show your willingness for that, but then it kind of also depends on how much funding you get at the end. So obviously, if you get $2 million, then the funder probably doesn't want you see to be, oh no, I don't want to work on this project anymore after 2 months. But in general, it definitely kind of depends a bit on your idea, depends on how much funding you get. But so let's jump into a bit more what ideas we actually want there. We don't want any kind of small idea. We want new ideas and big ideas which literally could save gigatons, so a huge amount of carbon by ending the dependence on oil. On the other hand, we say it's ending the dependence on oil, but your idea does not have to be concretely tied to one certain oil project. You don't have to do a campaign or whatever about one pipeline or one place where it's drilled for oil. In fact, we actually, and this is what Anna mentioned earlier, we want system thinkers. So we want your idea to be systematic. What does it mean? So does that, for example, mean your idea can be about manufacturing, consumer rights, land rights? So maybe you figure out, well, there's an oil drilling site in my country and I don't want it to be there. But I actually figured out that we could like make oil drilling much harder for the big oil companies once we change land rights in a certain area. So you don't go for your one project, you think about the whole system, about the whole big idea, and about one big thing. So let me give you 2 examples of that. So 2 winners who actually got like about $1.5 million for working on that. One is Mai Mei. I hope I speak this name correctly, from China. I'm pretty sure I kind of mispronounced it, but this is like as good as I can do. Had the idea that in China, we have the problem that there's actually no people going by bicycle in cities. So she works really hard now in creating a kind of culture for bicycle riding in the big cities of China. And as you might know, there live a lot of people in cities in China. And so potentially a huge impact that can exactly do this, saving gigatons of carbon. And she works together with celebrities. She does a big campaign, all this kind of stuff. A completely different example is John Hepburn from Australia. And he started a campaign to convince global insurance industry to actually calculate in the risks of fossil fuel projects much more accurately, because normally the risks are much higher than they are calculated, and they're overcalculated for renewable projects compared to fossil fuel projects. So this could make fossil fuel projects much, much more expensive, which at the end then if it could really change the whole fossil fuel market, once fossil fuel companies have to pay much more, the energy companies have to pay much more for actually, accurately ensuring their projects. So that way, very big ideas could lead to very big changes. And we really want to encourage you to think big. And we really also want to help you on this process applying. So if you now think, well, maybe I have to work a bit on this idea, but in general you're interested, Anna can explain to you how you might actually be able to apply for this.
Exactly. So you have like this great idea. You're like, yes, I know what I want to do. So how can we help you? Why are we doing this? Why are we here? So there's a link below this video. That is the link on how to apply. So if you are super sure, you can just go and apply. But we are preparing a lot of things to help you refine your idea and make it greater. So deadline for this is January 31st. That means that you have a bit more than a month, like 5 weeks to prepare it. But of course, you want to do an application that you want to win, like something that is impressive. So some things we have to know. They are specifically looking for a series of target geographies. That doesn't mean that you can't apply if you are not from there, but I don't know, you have more chances or they are more interested, but of course it also depends on who you are and what your project is. So you may have seen it, but they are Latin America, Africa, India, China, and Southeast Asia. But of course, please don't feel disencouraged for this, and you can contact us with more questions if that is a problem for you. Then there's this application form. So you have to answer questions about your project, but also about yourself as a change maker, and provide references and show your understanding of the broad, let's call it climate space, of what you are trying to achieve, how it fits in this whole moment where climate change is. So you really have to focus and try to bring across 2 messages. First one, your project is great and you want to save tons and tons and tons and tons of gigatons of carbon, sorry. So really like focus on the fact that you will save carbon with this. And then second, say that you are the right person to do it. You are a great individual, a change maker with a long record of creating an impact in your community, and that's why you are the right person to do that. There's a series of selection criteria that you can think of when you design your application. For example, first one, of course, the impact of the project, so the change, the disruptive change that it will create to society, but also the tons of carbons. Then the strength of your strategy to create change. So if your strategy is really solid, then of course it has more chances. Then your leadership skills, or your ability to be a leader and achieve this goal. And of course, as I mentioned before, the English proficiency. I'm sorry, but this one is in English, although they have mentioned that in the future there will be future ones that may be done in other languages. So yeah, I mean, you can also wait, but we encourage you to apply anyway. So then Climate Tracker will try to help you with that. The idea is that because we know very much how CSA wants the applications, and we understand the kind of project they want, and we have the resources to connect you with experts on issues or helping you refine ideas, maybe like innovators, things like this. We can give you feedback on how your idea is. Maybe you want to send us the proposal and we see it. Maybe you have this idea, but you don't know how to put it in paper, like black to white. And then you want someone to like read and discuss it with you. So we can be this bridge, this thing in the middle that helps you be more secure about your ideas and be like, okay, yes, now I understand what I want to do, now I want to apply. So for this, we will give you an email and you can just write anything to us, really. Like the doubts you have, the ideas you've had, and we have prepared some toolkits, we have prepared some forms to help you think through your ideas. So don't feel like if you don't have the idea right now, you are not the right person. Maybe you want to just think through and think with us, and you will get there. Am I missing something, Andreas? Do you want to add anything?
No, I just can like, I think, yeah, repeat what we said. So I guess that's basically it. We have a toolkit we will also send to you, and we will provide an email address, so a contact email address also below this video, basically my email address, where you can write to with any of your questions. So if you have any questions like, well, I thought about this or that idea, but is it going to the right direction? Or also if you just want to have feedback for your application, whatever kind of questions you have related to the Climate Strategies Accelerator, write them to me and I'm happy to answer you as soon as I get them. So yeah, we're really excited about getting your applications, and I think this is a really fantastic opportunity.
Awesome, thank you, Andreas. So I don't know if the people who are watching us has any questions. I haven't seen one so far. It may be because of the timing as well. It's late or night for, let's say, the Asia and Pacific side of the world. So if you are not online now and you are watching this later on, because this will remain on YouTube and that's easy for you, you can always comment. I will try to check as well Twitter and the YouTube that we are using. But of course, the safest thing is to email the email that we have below this video. That's Andreas's. I'm sure Andreas will be really happy with that. Yes. So please send any questions, any doubts, anything you think, how to really implement your idea. We are here for that, and we are really looking forward to hear all these ideas. And yeah, please apply. Just don't feel that you have not enough skills or enough knowledge or anything. We are looking for really like strong, creative, passionate people, and that's all of you that are watching us. So that's great. Andreas, are we missing anything, or you think we can call it for today?
Well, we're looking forward to your applications, and yeah, I mean, you know, some Christmas days, some free days, maybe some holidays. So really kind of take those days, maybe think about it, reach out to us, and then apply. Definitely apply and use the link below. So below is the link for the application, and below is the link for emailing me with any questions you have on the CSA. Maybe not questions about what present you should give your mother for Christmas, but any other questions you can send me. Yeah, so hope to see your application and see your project then.
Awesome. Thanks for watching us. Thanks for sending all the questions that we'll send to Andreas, and see you soon.
Bye.